Whilst I'm listening to the lesson, I am in a room trying to rewrite my lines, that way I can better line my script, because one of the problems that I had was, and the camera on me, was the fact that I couldn't give full, or I couldn't give my full picture because of the fact that I was doing line by line. I was always waiting for the next line. Not that, but I felt that I couldn't fully give the anger or the emotion that they needed because of the fact that I was checking my script, and I also feel that I don't really know what I'm angry at as well, because of the fact that I am doing it line by line by line, and I'm trying to figure out what the character's trying to say next. I'm just angry, and Anderson said that I need to bring my emotional range with this, and I agree, I'm just playing the emotion. Alicia said that one of the positives for rewriting script is punctuation, and I agree because of the fact that I'm able to see more of the commas, the full stops, the exclamation marks, not only for the purpose of the writer, it also helps me figure out where do I take a breather, where does the character stop, have a moment of power, or a moment of let this rest for a second with the people. And as well as this, it also helps me with what does the character want. So if the character has a ramble and then it is full stop, I can go, alright, what is the character's next intention, or what is the character's intention for this? And that also comes along with subcontext and character's intentions, but seeing the comma, full stop, punctuation definitely helps me figure out why the character thinks. So I've been going through it, and I agree with the, alright, listen up. We need to open our eyes. There's over 2 million illegal immigrants bedding down in this state tonight, and whilst that's good for line learning, I'm not really only learned one line, it's still awful in terms of, I've got lots to get through. And posture, I'm constantly wiggling, bad. Sorry, so I'm going to do that, and put my chest out, like, yeah, buddy. Or, I'm going to, I've got happy feet. Well, I'm switch as well. But I just move. Right, so, I feel like I should lean more into the fact that my character moves a lot, because whilst my previous character, Judge Barack from Helicopter, was very, and I was moving a lot less, I still have my movement issues, and I feel like I should lean more into the bizarreness of this character. Well, he's not a bizarre character, but I feel like I could lean more into that aspect. So I'm just going to go through it now, like the questions for Derek from American History X, with him talking. Who am I? What time is it? Where am I? I'm Derek. I'm a racist. And I'm in a parking lot. Well, at first I thought I was in an underground, like, area, but after watching the scene, I'm watching parts of the film, it was a car park. 1990s. What's around me? There was a group of skinheads. So I wrote there, like, this is like when I first wrote it down. Like there are a bunch of white men here. That's me. And I'm just going around to the crowd, being like, I don't remember the line. All right, listen, I need to open our eyes, and I go back and forth, kind of like a diagonal, not diagonal, a figure of 8. Yeah. Hard-working Americans losing their jobs because of immigrants taking over. That's the given circumstances of why I'm angry. Our country's being exploited. That's another given circumstance of how he feels and what he said in the script. What surrounds me, like I said, about the white males. What do I want? What's in my way? I know to be powerless towards all of the people coming to this country. If we were to rebel and attack, we can take back what's rightfully ours. And I want the government to respect this country and its citizens first. Yeah. Alone, this character can't do anything. I need more people who are in agreement with me. Alicia did this thing where it's like, if your character is like 3 hours away from dying, what is this absolute maximum thing that he needs to do? And I was like, well, I need to recruit as many people as fast as possible. Because without people, this country's going to stay the same. I wrote down some little objectives or some little emotional moments that I could do, or states. Like, I need to inspire. So when it was, it's not just about your life and mine, hard-working Americans, fully do the correct things against the government, getting the constitutional rights of those who want in this country to begin. That's to inspire them. I need to silence, where it's not funny, there's nothing funny about this. I need to energise. I don't need to go into script right now, but I need to energise, I need to assume command, I need to build an alliance based on a common goal. I had quite a few because I didn't know which to go with. Obviously, it was quite not long, but lengthy. That's not right either. It was a monologue, and I had a lot to do. So yeah, each of the paragraphs had a certain emotion to it, or word for it. Am I silencing people? Am I inspiring? Am I energizing? Am I assuming command? Am I teaching? That sort of thing. The questions I had from the lectures from this lesson, which is like the first or second, I think it's the second, was the addition in lines acceptable? I was like, alright, listen up, because usually in script it's only one way. But in my head, it was like everyone's talking. I was like, alright, shut up, I need to talk now. Like I'm demanding that position. So, alright, everyone, listen to me now. Me and Alicia Keys did an improv. This was a week later, I believe. And this improv was where Alicia wanted me to help with my emotions, or how am I responding to people, because I would be very much just going through the lines. There wasn't much of a, alright, listen, blah, 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 we need to do it. It was just, alright, listen, we need to open our eyes. So 2 million illegal immigrants down in the States now. This stage, it was just going through the lines. It wasn't great, but what she would do, what Alicia would do is, also go through my lines, she would turn her back. So can I still talk to the people if they're just not paying attention? How would this change the way I do it? And I found it really interesting. Like, I believe that I was too early in the process for it to have a massive effect on me, but mentally it had an effect on me because it was like, this is a really clever way of doing it, and I haven't had that before, or at least I'm not sure if I have had improvs based on that sort of thing. I really like that with Alicia. So she'll turn her back, powerful move. So my character, I do this a lot with my hands when I talk, but this character, he is, he's more of a, right, this is not, like, big man sort of thing. And that's another thing that Alicia wanted to do the improv with, so stay within a very small area and just don't move as much as I can, which is sort of like what I did with Kerry in Helicopter, where my character wasn't much of a mover. So yeah, that I wanted to have, well, anyway. No, Alicia thought it would be best if this character could have less of a movement, and I liked it, and I thought it worked well. However, I'm still not very good at it. As you can tell, I move a lot when I talk, and so it was quite hard for me to do that. And since I was still just, alright, since I'm not very good with, I'm good with learning lines, and at that part I was fumbling over my lines quite a bit. It wasn't great, if I'm honest. One thing that Alicia wanted to leave me with before I left was, what are the audience doing, and how can I demand that space for them to respect me? So if the audience are just going, they're just ignoring me, how can I power through and go, all right, listen up? Obviously not do that, that was never part of the conversation, but how can I gain that respect through the power of my voice, through the intensity of what I say? How can I show them that I mean business? And through the coming days, I feel like I slowly I slowly got it in. And will I be followed by the camera or not? That was another thing that we spoke about. So is this camera going to be constantly following me so I can just go, or is it just going to be, and I just have to stay in a little area, because that would also change the way I perform as well. Like if I'm stood on stage, I can just like do a lot. Like if it's with a camera, I should just shrink my movements down a little bit more. But yeah, that was the religion. I mentioned rewriting for the emotional tone improvement. I remember saying that in one of my videos, where I would rewrite the script again and again and again to make sure that I can improve my emotional tone through the changing of punctuation. Holding me back, not knowing my lines, I wrote that. Hard to extreme anger, because if I'm just remembering, I'm just going, like, because I don't fully know what I'm angry at. Like I'm doing line by line by line. Adds reasoning. I've mentioned that. So context, character intention, something like that. It's like I said, my handwriting is awful, so that's why I'm just going through this and then feeding it back. Again, that's not proof, but because you can't see it, but alright, listen up, we need to open our eyes. Yeah, I rewrote it a lot because it helps me, especially with the full stop punctuation. Like, in the back of my head, I have always been aware of the fact that I need to look at punctuation. When Alicia brought it to the forefront of my mind, where I'm more paying attention to it now and looking for the deeper reason of why is that there, and what does it mean, and what can I do with my character with this punctuation. So, alright, listen up. Like, what can I do with that? Am I going to go, alright, listen up? Am I doing it for tension? Alright, listen up. I'm just settling the dust. Or am I doing it for, alright, listen up? Or am I about to get angry? Yeah, so I've mentioned that. Intensity, character intentions, every single movement has intention. Right, so this page here, pencil, pen. This is from when I had another go at the monologue in front of class, where Alicia would throw the ball, I would try to catch it, and she'd say like every movement has to have an intention. I may have got the dates mixed up actually, but my point is, every movement has to have an intention. So I said I'm moving back and forth, because in my mind it's like he's an erratic character, but Alicia said, but if he's erratic, are people going to listen? And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. So, if I were to move, what is the point of moving? Am I just moving just to move? If so, it's going to come across as erratic. But if I move to like a you in a directed, passionate way, that has intention. So I'm trying to grab their attention and try to like, listen to me. I'm not straggling anyone, of course, but yeah. The intensity of it, that's another thing I should mention, because at this point I was still, it was getting better. I had known more of my lines at that moment, but it was still pretty on and off. And what I wrote down is, if I want to do a better intensity for the scene, I can go energy, pace, attack. Because that's what we used to do for play production, and not quite energized. So that's another thing that I could do before the scene. Or it's what's happened right before the scene. Are people talking? Are people doing stuff that are distracting me? If so, what am I going to do to get their attention faster? I'm watching the duologues. Yeah. I wrote down, I'm watching the duologues and realising my performance was flat with my emotion, and I see how I don't understand the lines. Like, I would watch other people, and I would listen to feedback that other people give, and I'm like, I am aware of the fact that I'm also like that, so it helps me realise that I am also quite like that. This was me and my lines, and I want me and my lines to be like that. But unfortunately, the emotion wasn't pushing through, wasn't there. And I see how I don't understand the lines, it's just doing the lines. Every single movement has intention, contain it. What subtleties happen? So, if I'm going to be this strong, powerful person, what are the subtleties that I can do to have these moments of power but passion? That's what I try to do with you. So power but passion. Play with the fear. I wrote this down. It's like, if I don't get these people on my side, there are just going to be more and more immigrants coming in, and more and more. My life's just going to get worse and worse and worse for the character. Play with the space, and how would my character use it? I agree. I was just moving just to move at this point. I know I wanted to move because I wanted my character to be erratic. However, the space wasn't used to its full intent, fullness. This page here, is it the right one? This page here is what I wrote down for the script. Remember when I said in the last video that I've uploaded, which was basically me and Alicia spoke about rewriting the lines again and again and again, and its usefulness is I can see where the full stops are, I can see where the commas are, I can see where I'm going to change the way I speak because of a certain part of punctuation. Well, that's what I was doing for this page, just writing again and again and again, good for memory and stuff like that. But I've also written, yeah, the mirror technique here to remind me of what we did in that lesson, because I don't really have a partner for that. But when I got home, I was able to do this mirror technique, and like I mentioned in the blog itself, I would, hang on a second, I would stand next to the mirror like this and go, all right, listen up. And I'm like, how am I moving my lips? What are my eyes doing? How can I move my face to a certain way that makes the character more of the character? Like, obviously I'm not going to go like, just to be weird for the camera, but less of me, more of someone else. I mean, one of the things that I believe in is, or at least one of the things that people talk about with acting is, it's less about putting yourself into the character and more about putting the character into you, which is finding aspects of the character and what is it about you that is similar, or there's the alternative, what's
about you, they put your character. Like for me, I used to walk around like that, not sure why, but I could use that. Or alternatively, there's my character could have my character could speak fast. I'm like, oh, that's something that I do. I can use that to integrate myself into this character. And I was thinking during the mirror technique with myself is how can I use these facial expressions to link myself to the character. One thing that I did do was like put my lips in like I don't know how to explain that. Like what I did, like, I did that when I got angry. So I would be like, I'm really angry. I don't know why I did it, but it felt right for a character affect. It felt right for a character decision because it felt like I was expelling my anger and disgust over my character's beliefs. Like I'm angry at all of this that's going on. Ugh. Or at least that's what was going on in my head during the mirror technique. I've just remembered, or at least I've just got to a piece of my work which says, if I were to die, I'll give him a piece of my mind. So I actually messed about it in the recordings. But it doesn't change how I feel about what I wrote. Because I agree with what I wrote there. But I missed what I wrote down was the monologue that we were first even, like just a starting thingy. And I basically wrote, what do I want? And it was, I want to let go of my fears, and I want to put myself out there, tell my mum and me for the future. But if I was to die in like 3 months or 3 days or 3 hours, that sort of thing, it was, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. I want to make sure if this is the last thing I say to him, I want to hurt him, I want to shatter his masculinity and the false truths that he tells himself. And what I really like about the if I were to die is the fact that it truly does change immediately what I want. Because if I'm going for like, what does my character want? I usually just think of this like, oh, my character just wants this. Like something not too bad, something not too far-fetched. But if I imagine that my character's going to die, it makes it so much easier to like, oh my god, like, my character just needs to do this. It puts the fear of what the character is feeling straight into me, and I can put myself into my character's shoes very quickly through that. What do I want? It might not be exactly what my character wants, or it might not be exactly what my character's shoes are, but it still gives me that alleyway or that leeway of wow, that is so much better than what I had all previously thought. And I would like to use that for the future. One last thing of this voice note or recording is love and power. What does my character want? If it's power, it's one thing, obviously. So this character, it would be, I want power over my dad. Derek, it would be, I want to say love, like he wants to be loved by his peers, but that's not right. Not for that scene anyway. Power, again, yeah, but that's something else that I need to make sure that I remember for the future, because it is very helpful. Not right now, but in the future, I'm aware of its usefulness because of how I can look differently at my character's wants. Is it positive or is it negative? Good Will Hunting, they moved a lot, and I believe that I could have potentially used this in my scene, but I didn't. But at least I can use the knowledge that I tried to help me with other scenes along the way, such as, how would this help me for the future? No. Watching other films, how could that help me? It's not my scene, but it could give me inspiration. Why would I have pauses? Blocking, plan my movements, very important. I didn't block my performance, actually. I believed it was very beneficial to me to use the meat off. And this is because of the impulses that may have arrived whilst doing so. Like I mentioned, I've done Laden, so how would this character move? Like I move my hands now. Yes, it can show my character's intentions by blocking, and does this count? Yeah, I'm going to say counts. Technically, I blocked it. I know what I'm going to do. At some point, I'm going to point. At some point, I'm going to do certain movements. But this went to me off him. I just did it when when the impulse arrived. There was 2 moments where I was like, I'm definitely going to. 2 moments where I was, I'm definitely going to do something here, and that was Dave. Oh no, I didn't even block that. No, okay. Is that a point? I gestured my hand to them. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. I gestured my hands toward them. I was going to say pointing, but that's not really a point. In a way of, because if I point, it's aggressive. If I open my hand out, it means I'm being open emotionally towards them, and I'm not reserving anything. If you put your palm that way, apparently it's very much you've got some heart, you've got some tie. If you put your palm this way, it's you're opening yourself out to the world. Can show characters' emotional intentions, yes, but I didn't fully do that. It was more than enough and Laban to guide me through what I was going to do my performance, and I think it worked out very well. Storyboard the route, like I said, Laban and Demiov got me through it, but I did do a little bit of storyboarding, just to be like the punctuation, like what is this going to do here, what's this going to do here, what's this going to do here. When the line says what the purpose of it is, what happens in the scene before this? What the line says, what the purpose of it. What the line says, what's its purpose of it? Honestly, I don't know what I mean by that. What the line says, what the purpose of it is. I'll probably need to ask Anderson about that because that's on over my head. What happens in the scenes before this? Like I said in the previous one, it was, is everyone talking? How does this affect me? Like, I'm going, right, listen to me, that sort of thing. What the character's emotions will be in the current scene? Well, obviously, man's going to be peeved because of the fact that everything's happening. Like, it's not a, oh, people are taking over my country, this is something. It's a, right, this is an issue right here, right now, that sort of thing. How does one tone change? How does the tone change? And am I able to start big, then go small, or the way round? Yeah, I wrote this because, am I going to start, wait, I wrote this in my videos, didn't I? Do I start big and then go small? Or do I start small, right? Listen up. Because that just starting smaller demands more authority because it's like everyone already respects me. What will they show? I said, do that, yeah. Watching the duel, I realised I don't have a partner to bounce off, but this is a very good thing. But it's also, yeah, okay. Watching the duel, I realised I don't have a partner to bounce off of. And I like bouncing off of people. I love bouncing off of ideas. Like right now, I'm bouncing off of myself. Like, I love myself. Like, use smart sometimes. But, God's sake. But this can also be a very good thing because chemistry is important. Because I've seen some scenes from stages, from thingies, and they go, I love you, Ronald. I love you. I love you too, Beatrice. And it's just like, that wasn't an actual play, by the way. That was just me blah, 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 blah. I just watch it and I go, I know I'm not a famous actor and I can't judge it. And I've only got a small time diploma, but I just go, that wasn't good. that could have been much better. Obviously, like the big movements were fantastic, but the loving scenes were, yeah, so chemistry is very, very important. So I can be blessed with the fact that I don't really need to have chemistry with myself. I mean, you can actually. Movement, I've circled movement because of the fact that, again, it's very, very important. I speak so much, oh my god. I've wrote down a lot and I'm really struggling to find out what I'm supposed to say. So I think all of it's important because I've used all of this, or at least most of it, to guide me through this journey. I feel like I want to move around more, allow the efforts of flowing. Yeah. I wrote that down. I did eventually do it. I could do it in my bedroom, but I got my space. Everyone and me has the same problem. Right, that wasn't about the class, that was about the fact that Mike and Dave, they got fired as well, yeah. Right, that's that page. This was on one of the final days, with Derek. Like it said at the start with Hagen. And seeing, oh, it's uniting, it's not blocking, it's something with words, I'm doing something with words. Am I educating? Am I mocking? Am I angry towards this person? Well, this last one says justice, but I think that's what am I trying to do at that current state. And they did change. I think, let me just go back around here for a second. I really hope that's not loud in the recording. I need to inspire, I need to energize, I need to silence, I need to assume command, I need to educate, I need to mock, I'm angry, I want justice. So they changed, and I found that very interesting. My scene, what do the words mean? I feel if I understand the words more, the more emotional tone will be better. Yeah, I wrote this down whilst I was watching the scene. I did eventually get what the words mean. I mean, I always knew what the words mean, but it's the fact it's just, if I'm just going over the lines, it's just, again, line by line by line, and it's not good. Because it's just so, it's just there. You're just regurgitating words, and I've seen it happen before, and I don't want that to happen to me, and have people watch me and go, Like, I'm trying to energize people to want them at my country. Not me, but Derek, but also, yeah. Okay, you cannot see that at all, but I redid the character Hagen stuff, I think. No, this is my research. Derek Vineyard, that was his full name. Venice Beach, that's where he lives. California, Venice Beach, California is where he lives. I'm currently feeling angry and annoyed. I also wrote here to look at Twitter /X for inspiration. I eventually did, and I'll get to that later. It's not bad, don't worry. I'm perceiving myself to be a martyr for this cause. Border policy is a joke. Criminals are all around, that sort of stuff. And from the way it's said, like this is in our neighborhood. It's a battlefield. So obviously he's fully ready to like die for this. Yeah, stuff. 1994. I'm illusioned by the plot. Yeah. I wrote, I'm disillusioned to the politics due to a lot of my time in prison. This was after my monologue. I actually really like this film. It's very interesting. And I like the fact that people have been quick to call this film racist, but they don't understand the true meaning of the film, how people can change. Whilst, yes, the main themes are hatred, but it also shows how violence is not the answer as well. The X in American history, X. The X can be all the things we wish to hide, or it can be the unknown. I read that on the internet somewhere. I'll have to copy and paste it. Malcolm X is his last name. So for the American history, X, Malcolm X. And Malcolm X had a white last name, and he changed it to X because he wanted to hide it. And that's why some people have said it's called American history X, which is the fact that it is. Yeah. Two black men tried to steal my truck. I expect the government to see the unrest and react. I was exposed to racist propaganda by my former mentor. And then because of my father being killed at a young age, I was used and abused, and I was broken. I want this attention to be like, I want it any... So when I do my scene, I felt like I wanted it to be a temperature, like that sort of thing. I don't know if that came across, or if I eventually used that, but I like that idea. This is what I mean. I like to bounce ideas off stuff, and bouncing ideas off myself is very nice. Gangs moved in. Now I spend my time fighting the white agenda. So when one of you questioned Uta Hagen's questions was, what do I do in my spare time? It was, in my spare time, I just go around finding these white people who agree with me. Desperate wanting to spread my beliefs on issues. Desperately wanting to hosting meetings for my fellow white supremes not in a car park, but yeah, that's what I mean by spreading these issues. The best possible situation that can possibly come of this is there is less crime, less people getting fired because of these immigrants. In Derek's mind, what I love about my character, or what I love, or what my character would love about himself, is he is very charismatic and powerful. I wrote down for my character that he doesn't completely hate these people, but he wants us to come first. I'm not too sure about that. Well, I'm not too sure about what I wrote there. I can't change it now, but I think I disagree with what I say because of what I know now. I'm confident that I can do what it takes to get it done. The government are doing politics all wrong. These people are receiving help, but our soldiers are not. What about the rest of us / the rest of our country? That's another thing about how my character feels. What is the most worst thing to happen? I will fail. There'll be no fruit bore from my group. Like, I'll gather loads and loads of people, nothing will happen. It's just naff. I will not have the people's help. Slow down. You have a point. Yeah, like I said, I speak very fast. I've also spoken for an hour. Goodness gracious. Yeah, slow down. You have a point to make. It has like so. All right, listen up. 2 million immigrants have come into this state. Blah blah blah. Instead of going, all right, listen up. We need to open our eyes. There are 2 million illegal immigrants bedding around the states. Now, this state spent $3 billion last year on such those who have no reason to be in this country in the first place. Like, let's slow down. Hardworking Americans, your life and my life. Like, these are things that have gravity. It has weight. So instead of going hardworking Americans, blah 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 blah, instead of just skipping over it, it's like hardworking Americans. Something like I worked before, Mark Smith, and I've worked very hard before since I've worked, and it can be very, very, very tiring. And so I can kind of put myself into that. I need to think about what I say very carefully. Hardworking Americans, that. I'm not American, but I know what it takes to graft, to work hard, to do 12-hour shifts, to do 15-hour shifts. I remember working at my mum's place in Wales, and I'm pretty sure they forgot about what time I started. But I was there for about 15, 16 hours, and I didn't have a break. So when this gravity of hardworking Americans, it's like these Americans have been working really, really, really hard, and these immigrants are taking over their jobs. I can see why that needs to have gravity, and why these people would feel so strongly, considering the fact that I know what it's like to work hard. I think I said that well. It's not about your life and mine. Like, I can't skip that over because it's very personal. I am now finished. Meeting that we want on lecturers, films, people sites. Yep, that was the last piece of feedback that I got from my lecturers before the final showing or recording. And one of the things that struck me was have weight to these words, because it's like these people are working hard. These people are losing their jobs. These people are starving. Yet the government is caring more about these foreigners who are exploiting America. Obviously, I'm just dictating how Derek feels or what is happening in Derek's mind, but I can't just be racing over it just to get. I'm not racing over it to get through the lines. I can't just be racing over it just because I'm powerful, just because I'm enthusiastic about this. Like, you can be enthusiastic about something, but still be like, this is happening. Like, can't you see what's happening? Yeah, well, I hope that you have enjoyed listening to me rant for quite a while.